टैक्स डिडक्शन डन ऑन द पेमेंट्स दैट यू गेट, और उस वजह से आपका फायदा है अगर आप डेट फाइनेंसिंग करते हैं तो। नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब। Welcome back, guys. So today's video is on debt financing, and let us understand why do companies do it instead of equity financing. So आज की वीडियो जो है ना थोड़ी सी इंग्लिश में होगी because there are जो है ना काफी सारे इसमें टेक्निकल टर्म्स हैं. So forgive me if you are not able to keep up with the translations, but try to use the subtitles that are present in the video so that you are able to get a better understanding. Now let us start. Based on my video on BharatPay, I got a lot of feedback from you guys that you wanted to understand what is debt financing as opposed to equity funding. So in layman's terms, debt financing occurs when a company raises funds by selling debt instruments, loans or bonds, such as bank loans. For example, आपके पास एक कंपनी है जिसकी जो है ना जिसकी वजह से आपका जो है ना मंथली पूरी एक इनकम आती है 10 लाख रुपए, और आप इस कंपनी को जो है ना और बड़ा करना चाहते हैं. आप देखना चाहते हैं कि जो है ना इस कंपनी की ग्रोथ जो है ना अगले साल 15 लाख रुपए महीने हो. आप चाहते हैं कि इसकी ग्रोथ इस तरह से होगी, लेकिन उसके लिए आपको कुछ नया इक्विपमेंट खरीदना पड़ेगा और उस इक्विपमेंट की कॉस्ट है 5 करोड़ रुपए. तो अभी आपकी कंपनी इतना रेवेन्यू नहीं जनरेट कर रही कि आप 5 करोड़ रुपए अपने जो है ना प्रॉफिट से जो है निकाल के उसे दे सके. सो व्हाट यू वुड डू इज यू वुड गो टू अ बैंक. They would give you some kind of an interest. Maybe आपको जो है ना 5 करोड़ का आपके लोन के लिए वो बोलेंगे कि हम आपको 8 साल का लोन देंगे और 9% इंटरेस्ट, और उसके बेसिस पे आप जो है ये लोन आपका अप्रूव हो जाएगा. वंस यू गेट दैट लोन, आप उस मशीन को खरीद सकते हैं, एंड बेस्ड ऑन दैट जब आपका प्रॉफिट ग्रोथ बढ़ने लग जाएगी, 15 लाख 20 लाख रुपए महीना जब आपकी इनकम आएगी, then you pay it back. Simple terms में that is what debt financing is. But there are different aspects of debt financing, and let me try to explain all of these things to you guys. Basically, debt financing is like a loan. You pay the amount that you have actually capital you have gotten from a lender with the principal amount that you have lent it, along with the interest rate that was set upon by the lender. Now, normally companies use debt financing for capex expenditure. Capex is basically capital expenditure, which is a one-time cost that is incurred in the company. And generally well-established businesses with strong sales, solid collateral, and usually profitable companies rely on debt financing. Debt financing is also known as financial leveraging. Leveraging क्योंकि आप यहाँ पे जो है ना अपनी फाइनेंशियल ग्रोथ को ही दिखा के बैंक को या फिर किसी भी तरह के लेंडर को जो है ना आप अपने जो है अपना फ्यूचर जो है लेवरेज कर रहे हैं अपनी ग्रोथ की तरफ इन द टाइड ऑफ योर ग्रोथ बेसिकली यहाँ पे. नाउ देयर आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ डेट फाइनेंसिंग ऑप्शंस. लेट मी टेक यू थ्रू दैट. Number 1, which is the most common, bank loans. This is the most common. Banks assesses each company, and based on their assessment they provide loans and rate of interest according to the capability of each company. तो अगर आप मान लीजिए टाटा है या रिलायंस है, तो आपको लोन मिलना बहुत ज्यादा आसान है, और आप पे जो इंटरेस्ट रेट है वो भी उतना हाई नहीं होगा. There is this also quote by Elon Musk की जो है जब when he actually got a payout from Tesla, he got about $350 million. तो उसने about 50% SpaceX में डाल दिया, 40% टेस्ला में डाल दिया, 10% सोलर सिटी में डाल दिया, और बाकी अपने घर में रहने के लिए उसने लोन लिया था. So usually people do that only. They take up home loans because they know it will also improve their credit ratings for the future. So debt financing is a good option for people that have solid companies who have well-established relationship with the bank. Now, number 2, this is bond issuing. So this is another form of debt financing. Basically, a bond certificate is issued which includes the principal amount which is loaned, the interest rate, as well as the term. A term is a time period for the rate of return which a company will have to pay the entire amount back by. Number 3, a credit card loan. Now this type of financing is most common among startups and small businesses. Usually founders or small business owners max out their credit cards and their savings when they are starting up their business, and when they are not able to see a lot of profits to try and operate and grow their companies. That's what happens. Debt financing as using credit card loans. Now, there are also two different types of debt financing. One is short-term debt financing and another is long-term debt financing. Let's explain that as well. Normally, businesses use short-term debt financing to fund their working capital for day-to-day operations, like paying salaries, funding operations, or doing maintenance of all the day-to-day operations, or working on product iterations. Scheduled repayment for such short-term debt financing loans are of 1 year time period. For long-term debt financing, businesses use it to purchase assets such as buildings or real estate, equipments and machinery. Scheduled repayment for long-term debt financing is of 10-year time period. Now, there are some advantages of taking debt financing options as opposed to equity financing. You get to preserve ownership of your company. Now, this is really obvious. Debt capital provided by the lender in this case is only entitled to the principal and the rate of interest that is levied on that principal. And after the payment of the entire amount as well as the interest rate, the business owner doesn't have any obligation to the lender. Tax deductible interest payment. Now, what do I mean by tax deductible here? Now, when a company is paying back all the interest on the loan that they have taken, there is an amount, this amount that the interest that has been paid by the company is tax deductible. Basically, it decreases the tax that is owed to the government. आप गवर्नमेंट के पास जाके बता सकते हैं कि देखो मेरी कंपनी में जो है ना ये लोन चढ़ा हुआ था और जो मैंने ये इतना इतना इंटरेस्ट अपना पे करा है. यूजुअली गवर्नमेंट आपका जो है ना नेट प्रॉफिट पे ही जो है टैक्स चार्ज करती हैं. तो अगर आप बोलेंगे कि मेरा लोन जो प्रॉफिट है वो कम था क्योंकि मैंने इतना इंटरेस्ट पे किया था, दैट्स व्हाई देयर इज टैक्स डिडक्शन डन ऑन द पेमेंट्स दैट यू गेट, और उस वजह से आपका फायदा है अगर आप डेट फाइनेंसिंग करते हैं तो. ऑल्सो this makes your financial planning and accounting very easier because all of your debt repayments are fixed and constant in nature. So हर महीने फिक्स पेमेंट जाती रहेगी जैसा जो है बैंक ने या लेंडर ने डिसाइड करा हुआ है उस हिसाब से. Now there are also disadvantage of debt financing. Let me take you through that as well. Risk to assets. जब आप एक लोन ले रहे हैं, obviously it's a struggle. अगर आप लोन नहीं पे कर पाए, there is maybe some kind of misfortune happens. जैसे 2020 आया, पूरा पैंडेमिक आ गया, इट वॉज कंप्लीटली अनप्रेसिडेंटेड. बहुत सारे बिजनेसेस को नुकसान हुआ, आपके प्रॉफिट टॉप लाइन बहुत सारे लोगों का उन्हें आइडिया भी नहीं लगा कि उनका बिजनेस चला गया. जैसे रेस्टोरेंट्स थे वो बंद हो गए, मूवी हॉल्स बिजनेस थे वो बंद हो गए. जितने जहां पे भी बिजनेसेस में जहां पे कस्टमर्स एंड बिजनेस ओनर को फिजिकली प्रेजेंट होना था वो सब एकदम से बंद हो गया. So in this case, what happens is your assets can get seized by lending institutions if you are not able to make the payment. Adverse impact on credit ratings. Late or skipped payments negatively affect your credit ratings, making it difficult for you to borrow money in the future. Third, risk of bankruptcy. By providing collateral as business assets or sometimes even personal assets puts business owner at risk. Highest risk, which is potential bankruptcy. If the business fails, the debt has to be still paid by the owner. Debt financing is an expensive way of raising funds because company has to involve an investment banker who will structure big loans in a systematic way. It's viable if the interests are low and returns are better. Now, also let me take you through the concept of debt financing versus equity financing. Now, equity financing allows businesses to take risks. It allows the business owner to sell a stake of their ownership to the lender or the person who has given them money for capital. Whereas in case of debt financing, it is done on debt as well as interest and repayment. In equity financing, you have no obligation to pay the amount back that you have been that you have taken up for growing your organization, your business. There is no additional financial pressure on the company, but there is still an obligation to the investor who are involved in your decision making to grow your business. In debt financing, you feel restricted to take risks for the growth of a company. तो आप जानते हैं कि maybe there is a riskier way जिससे आपकी कंपनी ज्यादा जल्दी ग्रो कर सकती है, बट क्योंकि आप जानते हैं कि आपके लेंडर को आपको कंटिन्यूअस रीपेमेंट देनी है मंथ ऑन मंथ और मे बी क्वार्टर ऑन क्वार्टर, उस वजह से आप कोई ऐसा रिस्क नहीं उठा पाएंगे जिससे आपके बिजनेस को नुकसान हो. और उस वजह से देयर इज अ फाइनेंशियल प्रेशर जो बिजनेस ओनर फील करते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ टेकिंग ऑन डेट फाइनेंसिंग. बट once your repayment is done, you have absolutely no obligation and you have no, you don't feel entitled. The lender has no entitlement to the organization once the loan has been paid back. Also, in case of debt financing, again, I will mention this. The interest payments give you a leeway on the taxes that you are owed to the government. Now, debt is someone taking a bet on your future ability to pay back the loan. सो वो बेट होती है आप पे और आपकी फ्यूचर एबिलिटी पे कि क्या आप जो है आप उसके ऊपर खरे उतरेंगे, आपकी जो एक्सपेक्टेशंस है. यही एक डेट फाइनेंसिंग है और मैं यही समझाना चाहता था इस वीडियो से, आपको इस तरह से बता के पूरा उस चीज को एक्सप्लेन करके. सो आई होप आप लोगों को ये वीडियो अच्छी लगी होगी. इसमें बहुत ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं थी, बट बिकॉज आई गॉट द फीडबैक फ्रॉम यू गाइस दैट यू वांटेड टू नो अबाउट इट, आई क्रिएटेड दिस वीडियो. Please like this video, hit subscribe on the channel. It costs you nothing, एकदम free है. And I will see you for the next time. Bye bye.